Welcome to South Africa. I'm JulietteFoster and I'm here at the spectacular setting of Table Mountain. Now below me is Cape Town, and that is where leaders and industry experts have gathered for Continental Reinsurance's annual CEO Summit. Now, coming up, we're going to be looking at such key themes as AI and insurance regulation. And we'll also be bringing you the highlights of this year's Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards.
And the winner is...
But first, it is all about the numbers this year. It is the 10th edition of the CEO Summit and the 10th year of the Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards. And of course, it is the 40th anniversary of Continental Re. Lawrence Naziri is the Group Managing Director of Continental Re Holdings.
40 years, in the grand scheme of things, is just a blink of an eye. But for Continental Re, it's been an exciting journey of resilience and growth. From humble beginnings to becoming Africa's leading reinsurer. Our story began in Nigeria in 1985, when Continental Re started out, initially as a small private reinsurance company. We were a small company, but we had big ambitions. Our name embodies our vision and reflects our Pan-African presence. It is distinctive and future-oriented, positioning us for growth and evolution. And our logo visually reinforces this identity. The symbol derived from the geometric representation of the letters C and R. In January 1990, we launched our life business. Fast forward to 2000, and we converted to a public limited liability company. 2007 was pivotal. We recapitalized from $13 million to $70 million. And on May 30 in that year, we proudly listed on the Nigeria Stock Exchange. We have never stood still, opening regional offices in Cameroon, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire, Tunisia, and Botswana. 10 years ago, we launched the Pan-African Reinsurance and Insurance Journalism Awards, celebrating reporting excellence in insurance across the continent.
For me, this is an honor and it's a privilege because it's my first time to enter these awards and to be recognized as a winner for print. Representing my country. It's a really great honor.
In 2021, we opened our new corporate head office here in Lagos, marking another milestone. And in 2024, we launched the CEOReinsuranceSummit Academy, investing in Africa's future. So here we are, 4 decades on. Times may have changed, but we remain committed to delivering sustainable value to our clients, shareholders, and other stakeholders across the continent. Continental Re is now a mature top-tier reinsurer, committed to financial strength and growth. We are raising capital, exploring new listings, and driving a Pan-African strategy to bridge the protection gap. This commitment is reflected in the moments that matter most. From the COVID-19 pandemic to the Beirut explosion and other major industrial, energy, and climate-related catastrophes, we have been there, helping businesses recover, helping livelihoods rebuild, and helping economies stabilize. We must build resilience, increasing local capital, enhancing risk pooling, and creating viable underwriting solutions to tackle Africa's and the world's emerging risks. Here we are, 4 decades on. What's next for Continental Re? We are strengthening our financial base and driving an agenda to bridge the protection gap. We are dedicated to delivering sustainable value to our clients, shareholders, and other stakeholders. We are building a stronger and a more resilient Africa. We are on the verge of a new era and are looking forward with confidence. We invite you to join us as we continue on our journey of growth and resilience.
Two of Mr. Nazare's predecessors are also attending this year's CEO Summit, and they, along with Mr. Nazare, form the Wisdom Circle. I asked them what lessons they've learned over the last 40 years.
My training is, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? What do you need? And we did the capital modeling. We need X million dollars. I don't think we ever got any capital injection until 2019.
Yes, we do need the capital, but you see, in your tenure, there was no regulator coming to say multiply whatever you have by 10. I made so much promises, so many promises, and I had to leave. But for him to take over and Lawrence supporting him, you see what happened was Femi took over from me. I mean, that's the issue of succession that is really very critical to the success of every organization. Femi took over from me, but before Femi could even get in, Musenge is already in the company. I mean, if you don't know the name, Lawrence is Musongi. I prefer to call him his local name instead of calling him a foreign name. So Femi is already, Lawrence is already waiting. So for us, succession wasn't any problem.
You can acquire knowledge, you can teach skills. The third thing is character. There's nothing you can do about the character. Sure. And I may have gotten it wrong a few times. I also believe in Blink. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you've read that book by Malcolm Gladwell. We make up our minds in 2 seconds about people. And for me, I never met Lawrence until I got in there. But it was,
You just knew instinctively.
Yes. And from that time, this is what you're going to do together.
You're very modest at that.
I made him a gentleman before you came in. That's why I asked him to go and bring his wife and children so that he will behave himself.
Our reinsurance sector, the reinsurance sector of my time, highly conservative. We are moving into a period in which we must adapt to the reality that we have young people who must dominate. The demographic in this room is completely unrelated to what our industry is now about. It's really young people, it's Gen Zs. These individuals need really empathetic leadership. They need real authenticity. They need somebody who appreciates their concerns, their fears, their aspirations. They are highly aspirational. They challenge everything. So you need somebody who is able to address those realities.
Delegates at this year's event have been paying tribute to Continental Re's first 40 years. Here's what they've had to say.
Historic moment. You have seen the visionary leaders that we have just had on the stage here. I said, wow, look at all the knowledge on that stage. Look at and it's all African knowledge. It is all homemade, homegrown. Thank you so much for setting the pace, for being such excellent leaders.
Being a CEO, most of you are. There are times when it is lonely. There are times when it is simply petrifying. And there are times when you don't have many people to talk to or discuss with. And on top of it all, you have your own self-doubts to overcome. And that talks to courage. That's the most important, in my experience, ingredient to a successful CEO.
But for Continental Re, you believe in the people. I always say you are thrown in the deep end. It's either you swim or you drown. And that is what was done to me. So there you are. And I went on to become the group CFO. And I'm so happy. I'm now 12 years, 7 months working for this great company. So to Continental Re for believing in people and empowering employees.
It speaks volumes about, let's say, the inclusive and welcoming culture that Continental Re embodies. I'm deeply grateful to all three of these leaders, Mr. Adjejemo, Dr. Femi, and Mr. Nazare, for their guidance, support, and trust in me throughout my journey. Seeing Continental Re thrive is a testament to the dedication and hard work of everyone involved, and I'm honored to be part of this.
I think these three gentlemen must be very proud of what they have done. Continental Re, from the last 20 years, has evolved to become a company of not just great repute, but a company that you can truly, truly rely on as a great reinsurer.
Now we move on to the subject of AI. It seems to be everywhere these days and is likely to impact almost every industry. But should we see it as a friend or as a foe? On the upside, generative AI chatbots such as ChatGPT or Microsoft's Copilot are already being utilised by businesses to create efficiencies and speed up certain processes such as research and idea creation. But on the downside, jobs are at risk, especially in sectors like journalism, content production and the music business. William Mazimba is a man who knows all about the power and the potential of AI. He's a former CEO of Vodacom Business and, as a member of the Abundance 360 Forum, has been involved in high-impact discussions alongside the likes of such tech leaders as Eric Schmidt and Elon Musk.
Over the years, I have pondered on how we as Africans can usher an era that seeks to empower ourselves into dominance. Think about the Magnificent Seven. If you take Microsoft, you take Apple, you take Meta, you take NVIDIA, you take Tesla, you put them all together, the combined market cap of those companies is in excess of $16 trillion. Now, to give you a context, is that our combined GDP in this continent, we're talking nominal combined GDP, not power purchasing GDP, it's close on $3 trillion. Now we're talking about companies that are worth in excess of $16 trillion. Some of these companies are not even as old as Continental Re. That shows you the gap we have as an opportunity in this continent. Therefore, none of you should be doing the jobs you are doing today without an AI copilot. If you are wanting to write a speech for this audience, you could be telling your AI, based on your tone, your way of writing and everything else, and give it a 1-minute prompt on how it should design the speech for you. And the speech will be done for you in less than a minute. Then you can start doing all sorts of things around the speech to make sure it resembles what you wanted to actually present. That is the power of the technologies we have today. I've started my businesses in 2023. I have all the skills I need to assist me in what I do, and I haven't employed one single person today. I have an assistant, business manager, which is an AI that I've just trained. I have a physician that tells me what's happening with my health. I have an actuarial scientist who, when I want complex computations help me with this. I have a CA that helps me. I've got a marketing agent. Across the board, I have a lawyer that is a judge, has been a magistrate, has an LLB, and has all the things combined in one agent. I take a contract, I could put it in, and I say, this is a business contract. This is what I would like you to manage for me in terms of the risk. Look for the following things. What I have learned is what is called prompt engineering, how to speak with the LLM so that it can give you the answers you're looking for.
Well, in line with the presentation, I asked ChatGPT to give me a quick thank you speech to William. So I'm going to read by virtue of ChatGPT, and it says, a big thank you to you, Mr. William, for the insightful session. Your reflections on managing the last human workforce were powerful and timely, a bit scary as well, if you ask me. But you remind us of the enduring value of human talent, even in a tech-driven world. We are grateful for your wisdom and the inspiration you shared with us today. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
William Mazimba shared so many valuable insights on how AI will very soon be changing our jobs, our lives and our sector. And we'll be releasing the rest of his talk very soon, right here.
I am Puno. Puno, the poet. I invite you to understand my words and me. I've been told that I should have been born bitter or angry. In some spaces, I might be too woman, too dark. The words I utter, too woman, too dark. But I say no. My words are birthed from the soil in my own chest. People keep digging graves with every phrase, but I'm planting flowers instead. I am not angry. I am brave. I am not abrasive. I am determined. I am not too woman. I am woman enough. I am not too dark. I am a dark chocolate delight.
Inspiring words there from the local South African poet Puno Selesho. Now, Olusegun Omosehin is one of the most esteemed figures in the Nigerian insurance market and one of our keynote speakers.
It is indeed a great honor for me to stand before you this morning to make some opening remarks about an institution I'm very proud of, Continental Re. Continental Re being a baby born and nurtured into adulthood in a city, that city that never sleeps, Lagos, Nigeria, 40 years ago. It's been given to Africa as a gift, and I would like to, on this occasion, extend my warm welcome to all of you, our distinguished guests, and most especially regulators from across Africa. Over 4 decades, Continental Re has exemplified resilience, innovation, playing a crucial role in shaping the future of reinsurance across Africa. As a Pan-African insurance organization, its operations, investment, and strategic initiative are firmly anchored in the promotion and support of African insurance and reinsurance markets. With a robust presence across multiple African countries and a steadfast commitment to addressing the continent's unique challenges. Continental Re truly embodies the spirit of Africanism and economic integration in Africa. The theme, Africa in Action, is particularly significant as it transcends mere discussions, but calls for tangible actions.
Alongside the CEO Summit, we've been celebrating the winners of the 10th Pan-African Reinsurance Journalism Awards. Now, we are going to reveal the names of those winners in a few moments, but before then, I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by the international business journalist, Michael Wilson. As ever, it is great to see you. You had so many people who entered this year. How did you go about choosing the final winners?
So difficult. I mean, so difficult. We were down to 0.01% against the judging. So the more entries that come in, as I suspect they probably will next year, and we've seen what happened this year, I think we're going to be really pushed to judge those people. We may indeed need to extend the judging process by another month, in other words, make it a month earlier, because the quality now is growing so much as these awards become more well known. With 150 entries from 19 countries, this year's awards saw a 29% increase in participation, a testament to the growing importance of insurance reporting in Africa. These awards are not just about recognising great journalism, but also inspiring future excellence in the field.
I'm so sorry I can't be there in person, but I consider this an honor.
I'm really grateful to Continental Re for this opportunity and pray for more.
C'est un honneur également et une grande fierté pour le Burkina Faso que je représente. Alors, pour ce sommet.
I'm very happy to meet all for all, and I'm happy to get this prize. That's the first time outside my country, Egypt. I'm very honored to meet you.
This is a special storytelling about Africa. Africa grows, Africa's opportunity, and showing the future and voice to the African continent. So it's magnificent and influence over positive attitude over me.
Well, because most of the time when people see the trophies, we don't recognize the work that goes into getting to such a stage, but it's the people who hold our hands, those who guide us through the process of our storytelling to refine and ensure that we are able to bring the very best. We are able to communicate to all the people who deserve to know the role of insurance in our communities. And so mentorship has been really critical in my life, getting to learn from the very best, literally.
Continental Re, above most of the other insurers and reinsurers in the continent, understands that if you can't impart the message to your consumers, you're not going to sell so much insurance. So there's a commercial imperative, they need to sell insurance, but there's also a social one too. You need to make sure that people understand what insurance is about. And I think these awards really help that, because you engage with the journalists then can share that information with their readers, and they have access to millions of people that Continental Re can't possibly reach in the same way.
Congratulations to the winners, and also a big thank you to our guests for their invaluable insights at this year's Continental Reinsurance CEO Summit. Sadly, that is all we've got time for, but we can't possibly leave without sharing some amazing images of this extraordinary landscape with you, and also hearing some final thoughts of poet Puna Selesho. Thanks for watching.
Our pioneers of excellence, casting their eyes beyond the storms of today, catching a glimpse of the vision of tomorrow. Spurred on by the glimmers from the lighthouse of hope, they keep us buoyed.